You look like a candy cane today. Welcome to Highly Questionable. I'm Dan Levitard. This is Michael Smith. What do you like on the show today, Michael?
How many times Poppy's going to pop you in the back of the head out of love when you screw up?
He used to do that when I was little.
That's right. Are you as convinced as Kevin Durant is that the Raptors have arrived?
Raptors beat the Warriors for the second time in 2 weeks last night, this time without Kawhi Leonard. 7-1 this year without him, by the way. This time in Oakland, and this time by 20 points. Afterward, Kevin Durant said this.
They got veterans over there. I mean, I don't understand what you mean a young team. They got champions over there. Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard. You got guys that played in big playoff games like Serge Ibaka and Kyle Lowry, Jonas Valanciunas. You got young players. They got a great mix of veterans and young players. They got a new coach, but the leaders of that team have been through some wars, so I wouldn't call them a young team, or I won't say them beating us 2 times is going to give them extra confidence. They've been balling before that, and they're going to be balling after they beat us. So, I mean, they're not an up-and-coming team. They're here.
It certainly feels like Toronto's time in the East, but the destination is not the best record in the league in December. The goal is to get to the finals. They won 59 last year. When Masai Ujiri traded for Kawhi Leonard, knowing he could walk after a year, not to mention fired the coach of the year, it wasn't to beat the Warriors twice in the regular season. It was to give them a run come June.
Last year, the Raptors had the best team they've ever had, and this one's better. And I know all of us out here think, well, Golden State, overwhelming, nobody can beat them. Last night, they played their 4 guys, and Toronto didn't play its guy, and they won at Golden State by 20. But lest you think, okay, sample size. If the Warriors are to lose the way that the Lakers lost to the Pistons, the way it would happen is they'd all be sick of each other. Playing a game during the regular season, they didn't care. And the team that would beat them would look a lot like those Raptors. Hungry, wanting this, because Kawhi Leonard is here to announce to you and everyone else that he wants to be LeBron James.
Oh, come on, man. They're the Raptors. You know what I mean? We know what
There
happens
is
to the
that.
Raptor every
There
year.
is
you know
that.
what I mean?
They
So
are the
they beat
Raptors.
the Warriors, twice in a
Yes.
row, in the span of 2 weeks. But now when they get to the playoff, probably they'll lose in the first round. That's always happens like that.
What's more likely to happen, actually?
No,
First round
come on.
loss or beating the Warriors?
No, not again. They're not
Which
doing this
is
to us
more
again.
likely?
Not falling for this again.
Will you see the Chargers as the best team in the AFC if they win tonight?
As it stands now, they're only 1 game back at Kansas City right now. If they were to go into Kansas City on a short week and win without Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler against a Chiefs team that's getting back Eric Berry, I think you got to put him right up there on par with the Patriots. I mean, Dan, I know you don't take the Texans seriously. You certainly can't take the Steelers seriously. The Patriots are 3-4 on the road. Who do you truly trust in the AFC besides Kansas City? And if they make a statement and win in Kansas City tonight, you got to trust the Chargers as well.
Okay, I trust the Patriots. We all do in that conference. Kansas City's defense is weak, but it sacks the quarterback. And in their 2 losses, they're averaging 45 points. But the Chargers have been a very balanced team in the AFC. That is an exceptional football team. If Melvin Gordon plays, and he's questionable tonight, that is an exceptional football team. I know you don't trust it, and they still have those wheezers every once in a while against the Titans or the Bengals last week, or they lose at home inexplicably because they don't have a home. But this Chargers team can beat anyone in 1 game, and Phillip Rivers can be great against anybody in 1 game. The issue is this. It's going to be cold there, and I don't know if this team that used to be in San Diego travels.
I think they do travel. They've already won at Pittsburgh this year. They've won at Seattle this year. And you're talking about a team, unlike previous iterations of the Chargers, that doesn't come up with new and creative ways to choke. You saw how they pulled that game out against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. This is a different Chargers team.
Well, I tell you one thing. If the Chargers, they win tonight, Phil Rivers is going to celebrate. And in 9 months, he's going to have the 10th kid. That's what he's going to do. I'm telling you that. I know his type. I know his type.
Mile High Club, baby, on the
Hey,
team
man,
flight.
win or lose, they probably going to celebrate, right?
Will you want to see Brett Favre as Aaron Rodgers head coach?
What's going to happen with the future of one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen? Who's going to be lording over him? Will it be the guy that told TMZ, I'd like that job, even though Aaron Rodgers doesn't really like him, and they have a strained relationship that has been reported because Brett Favre wasn't willing to mentor Aaron Rodgers earlier, but now wants to cash in on the tail end by coaching him. I am here for a Deion Sanders or a Brett Favre without the experience running an organization the way that Magic Johnson or John Elway does. I don't think that he would be a bad head coach if they kept him with good coordinators and had him just being the face and voice of a franchise, but you can't allow it here. This is about the last place where it could happen because of who the quarterback is.
Brett Favre would be an awful head coach with all due respect. I mean, look, he give good press
You
conferences.
can't
So selfishly,
say awful with all due respect. You can't say he's
okay,
going
you're
to
right. Those two things don't go together. But I think we know that Brett Favre is not an X's and O's aficionado, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers and that Packers offense needs. Mike McCarthy's system got stale. They need a wonderkind. They need their own Matt Nagy in Chicago. They need their Sean McVay in LA. They need somebody that's going to be able to take advantage of Aaron Rodgers' last good years left and squeeze one more Super Bowl out of that career.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. They have a hell of a coach, one of the best in the NFL, He's on the sideline and his name is Philbin. Joe Philbin.
Okay, he sort of forgot his name,
That's
stumbled
right.
toward his
I
name.
know
He
that.
thought, hey, that old guy who looks like a pilgrim.
Pilgrim, that's
the guy
it.
who used both of his challenges
Right.
90 seconds
Has
into
so
his
much
Packers.
success down here on South Beach, right?
That's the answer. He was a fireball here in South Beach.
A fireball. When you
That's
look at
right.
Joe Philbin, what do you think? I think fireball.
Should we laugh at Michael Jordan popping Malik Monk on the back of the head?
All right, so Jeremy Lamb hits a jumper to beat the Pistons, but there's still time left. Bismack Biyombo and Malik Monk don't seem to realize this, and as soon as Lamb knocks it down to put the Pistons up 2, here they come on the court. Biyombo's at mid-court. Malik Monk's like, hey, look, I got caught up. Michael Jordan's like, bro, what are you doing? If we lose this game, I'm going to Steve Kerr you.
2 times.
They end up winning the game. Technical fouls called. End up winning the game by 1. No harm, no foul. Today, Michael Jordan said it was a tap out of love. It was a tap of endearment. See, he's smiling right there. It's all good. Because Michael Jordan, no matter how long he owns the Hornets, no matter how far removed he is from his playing career, it's still Michael Jordan, the player. Whereas it's Houston Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta, it's Michael Jordan, Charlotte Hornets owner. He is the GOAT first, owner second. He can do what he wants. He can play around. It's all good.
What he's saying here is kind of amazing when you think about it, because I, for many, many years on this network and beyond, echoing throughout the atmosphere, have been saying, don't touch the players. But I'm okay with that. Because it's Michael Jordan. Right, because it's Michael Jordan, and he can do whatever he wants in this situation. Don't touch the players. Don't touch the players. I mean, this would be horrible. Can you imagine James Dolan doing this to a Knick? We'd be talking about it for a month, and Silver would take his team.
Well, that was kind of a weak fight involving a monk. You want to see a better one?
A monk. A monk?
A monk. That's right.
Okay, there he is. He's right. He's right. This is a better fight involving a monk.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
This is not a funny situation to be in unless, of course, you're wearing brown spiritual clothing.
Do you buy that the Steph Curry was just joking about not believing in the moon landing?
I'm serious. I'm so sick of this story. I don't know what to do. Why so serious? Everybody's taking this story way too seriously. But to answer your question, Poppy, this feels like damage control. Like Houston, you have a problem. This is blowing up. People are upset. People are in their feelings about the moon landing. And the best way to make it go away for Steph Curry is to say you were joking. But I have a hard time thinking that he was joking because he's never struck me as a troll, number one, or the kind of guy that needs to crave attention. He certainly doesn't lack attention. So if this is some elaborate plot to either hawk his new sneakers or promote his new Under Armour sneakers or get a free trip to NASA, Steph Curry doesn't have to resort to this. So maybe, just maybe, he got a little too comfortable, as we tend to do in these settings, got a little too comfortable on a podcast, shot from the hip, said something he kind of sort of believes, and in order to make it go away, said he was joking.
One of the ways that we handle this seriously is we tend to smear the Kyrie Irving who says the dumb thing, or Carl Leverett when he says dinosaurs don't exist. And so we go after these people, but there are learning moments in this. Do you know how many young people who are introduced to Steph Curry are now wondering through Google searches the wonders of conspiracy trolling online, where you can find all sorts of great information about whether or not we were on the moon or not, or whether Francis Ford Coppola sort of faked the moon landing for us. They can read all about that. Steph Curry's out here teaching kids.
Well, he's happy that people are talking about this thing, no landing on the moon, He only scored 10 points last night.
Good
so that's
distraction.
it. So
It's a
that
good
was his
distraction.
escape route. You know what I mean?
Start
That's
doing
right.
that.
That's right, yeah.
Right? How great would that be if after games all of a sudden guy goes 3 for 13, he just says the ridiculous thing to get the whiff off it.
Well, next time he has a game, he's going to say, well, the earth is not round, it's flat.
That's right.
That's
That's
it.
the next
That's
one
it.
that he says.
That's it.
That
Gotta
one's
come up with a
taken.
new one,
Actually,
though.
he's
Gotta
right.
come up
That's
with a new
taken.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
We're going to have a winner right here. Here he goes. Tic-tac-toe.
You see?
Yes, he blocked.
Okay. So, okay.
Wait a minute. You just missed it.
My Son's TV show is brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. game that has a very even tan? Do you question?
You give us topics and events and we question
That's
them.
right. Conjure the image. Nude sunbather.
Do you question if Luka has earned more respect than this?
Okay, Luka and Trae Young were traded for each other. They're both fun players, and the Mavericks beat the Hawks last night by 7 points. What happened here with Luka?
Okay. A rare non-Luka highlight.
109.94.
There's Harrison Barnes.
That's a max player, Harrison Barnes.
Right.
That's a thing that...
Hey. Okay, way to play it off. That's the key, is to play it off.
It is the key. The key is to play it off right there, staring at the fist, the magical fist, now applauding the cameraman. Michael, we've got a Lifetime Achievement Award to present right here, though, for Phil Jackson. He's the greatest in the show's history at faking it when someone hasn't shaken his hand.
That was great.
Yes, right there.
That
there it is.
was great.
Okay, all right. I'm just
Because
going
a lot of
to...
people scratch their face with their knuckles. Yeah, that was really good.
I am auditioning for a razor commercial, caressing my face gently.
Only a loser will get left hanging like that.
No.
Oh, there it is again, of course.
Bang.
Can we do
highlight
that?
of my 2018 right there.
Hold on a second. Can we just do that again? I want the slow motion one again. I want you guys to just look at the face of Michael Smith, please. Look at the face and the rage of Michael Smith. Not since Andrew Luck pounded on the turf at the end of a game. Look at he's just in double bonus curses. I just did it that way so you wouldn't notice that I blew up my glasses with a confetti popper.
Did you ever get those fixed? Yeah.
Do you question if this is harder than it looks?
The Pacers beat the Bucks yesterday. If we were a real sports show, we'd be analyzing that. But we like to find out what's going on in the stands with the contest. We get distracted easily around here. Let's check.
Both lost.
No, nobody won. We all lost.
I tell you one thing, they don't know how to play the game. They got to do a better job of screening the candidates, before you put them there to play the game, and then you look like a fool, the organization looks like a fool. That's right. You got to be able to grab the ball by the
series
horn
of grueling interviews. Maybe a Navy boot camp, like a month of training for it.
You got to have at least 15 years of experience playing the game.
My father is serious. My father's not joking.
Do you question if he will be trying this again?
All right, this is what this show exists for. Like, something's going to happen here. So will this person be trying this again after something I imagine comes with a funny sound or a broken bone? What do we have? Oh, no.
Come on, man.
No. That hurts so much. It's so much easier in the movies.
Leave that to Batman. But you know what? I don't blame the idiot for trying it. His boy got to slow down in that situation. His boy has got to slow down in that situation. Like, why are you putting the pedal to the metal when your man is trying to time this jump?
What was the other guy on the roof doing anyhow? Did he push him or what? What was the other guy doing? Look at that guy there.
Look at that guy. He is ready for all your squatting needs in the corner. Was he wearing pink pants? What was that person doing? That was flesh-colored skin. That is amazing. There is something hugely erotic happening on this screen right now in the upper right-hand corner for reasons people can't understand.
Do you question if this hit-and-run culprit belongs in jail? Hit-and-run.
That is the right response to that. My father's just repeating a hit and run. No, we're not laughing at you, Poppy. We're laughing at the question. We're not laughing at the way you read hit and run. The question is, do you question if this hit and run culprit belongs in jail? An excellent question.
Okay. Oh.
Oh,
no.
yeah. A little
No.
extra bonus with the
No
backside.
way. No way.
I did not know that cows could do that the
I
way
didn't either.
that porpoises jump out of the sea. Did you know cows could do that? I did not know that.
No, and I've been on many a dirt road with a herd of cow crossing the street. I've never seen them go on the offensive like that.
Begin to wonder what did that guy driving that bike did to that cow. He had to do something real bad to
They
the
look like
cow.
they had history. Huh?
Yeah, it looked like that cow was.
They
over
had
for him.
beef.
Exactly.
They had
Yes!
That's right.
That's it right there.
Questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. The show is brought to you by Nissan, innovation that excites, and Miller Lite, great taste and only 96 calories. Time to play the game that is very, very sneaky. See or no?
I love how he says the S words. Sneaky. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued.
On the Big Ten Network, Savannah State and Wisconsin.
No, Wisconsin exists just to get in everyone's way. They exist as a tournament team in both football and basketball. Just get in the way. Don't win anything, but do what Buzzcut Brad Davison does, where he takes charges. He's got 4 in this one game. He ended it, I believe, with a game-winning charge taken at the end. So this is to recap it. This is very exciting. The most exciting charge in the history of charges right there. Let's see here. Does he have all the dirty stuff in his arsenal? Does he have all of it in his arsenal or just charges? Oh, they're going to slow that down. Oh, buzz cut.
What are you doing?
Oh, buzz cut. Buzz cut.
I hope he didn't try to play like, oh, that was an accident. I didn't intend to do that. Clearly intentional. No justice for Julius.
And then he wanted the charge? He still wants the charge? Are you intrigued, Michael?
I am intrigued. Despite buzz cut Brad there, I do need to defend the honor of Wisconsin, who I'm pretty sure recently played in a final.
Don't defend their honor. They get in everyone's way, Wisconsin. Boppy, are you intrigued? And then Barry Alvarez comes out and does the bowl game. Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I'm surprised that Buzzcut Brad, doesn't play for Duke. He's playing for Wisconsin. He should be playing for Duke. What I mean?
No, Duke's not doing it that way anymore. No. Duke, stop doing it that way. No.
On the MLB Network, High Heat.
Boppy, Chris Mad Dog Russo is a bit of a crazy person. My father likes crazy people. He was talking to Tony La Russa, who could sometimes also sound like a crazy person, like when he's talking about Harold Baines being in the Hall of Fame.
So my point is, if you have people in that room that voted for him, and then later on a bunch of you guys call us a bunch of donkeys, and one guy even said that it was cronyism. Now I'm really upset about that because
I feel that way to a certain degree.
It was crony?
Well, you managed him. You got Alomar who played with him.
You don't think I respect the Hall of Fame?
I didn't say did.
Oh,
but
you
you do.
did.
Did he ever lead the league in any of those categories once?
Game-winning RBIs.
Did he ever lead the league in RBIs?
He's leading the Hall of Fame candidates in number of base hits. Almost at 3,000.
You think he's a better player than Al Oliver?
Al Oliver is not better than he is.
Oh, yeah, Al Oliver is.
I don't disrespect Al Oliver.
Al Oliver is a 306 lifetime hitter. He's got 2,748
I used to watch
hits.
you because I thought you knew the game.
Oh, Al Oliver is a great player. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
I'm going to start nicknaming you Clueless.
Woo! La Russa dropping a hammer at the
Nothing
end.
to add there. I'm very intrigued. There's more of that. Please.
Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But these guys are talking back and forth, and they don't get that issue resolved. There is only one way to get that issue resolved, and that is in the octagon.
Go them dogs.
That's right, mano a mano.
Go them
I mean?
dogs.
That's the way you do it. La Russo against Mad Dog. What a hell of a matchup, buddy. I'm telling you, I'll pay to see that matchup, Pay-per-view. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
My lats hurt. I pulled something. There's something back here that got pulled. I don't know when it was a confetti.